so today we're going to be getting into some word problems, and remembering though that these are going to just be two-step word problems. This is also where our, at least at most, are really going to come into play. So referring back to that very first page of your notes is going to be crucial. So it says, Connor went to the country fair with $22.50 in his pocket. He bought a hot dog and drink for $3.75 and then wanted to spend the rest on ride tickets, which cost $1.25 each. And that each is a key part, because that means that's where you're usually going to put your variable. So write an inequality to represent the total spent, where R is the number of tickets. So they're telling us they want us to use R. Well, we have to think about what's happening. I have a total of $22.50, right? Which means I can't spend more than that, but I can spend less than or equal to that. Well, what am I spending my money on? I'm spending my money on the hot dog and drink, which was $3.75, plus the tickets that we had. Well, the tickets are $1.25 each. They want R to be the ticket, so $1.25 R. So there's your inequality. Now what do they want us to do with it? Connor wants to use this inequality to determine whether he can purchase 10 tickets. Use substitution, so it's almost like we're doing a check, to show whether he will have enough money. So I'm going to put 10 in for R. So that's going to be $3.75 plus 1.25 times 10 less than or equal to $22.50. So now I'm going to go through and do order of operations. $1.25 times 10 is going to be $12.50 less than or equal to $22.50. $3.75 and $12.50 is going to be $16.25. So I'm asking, $16.25, is that really less than $22.50? Yes, so that means he will have enough money. Yes, he will have enough for 10 tickets. Okay, what is the total maximum number of tickets he can buy based upon the given information? So this is where now we want to actually go through and solve the inequality. So 3.75 plus 125R less than or equal. So starting with my problem, two-step inequality, I have to cancel my constant first, so I'm going to subtract 375. So $1.25 R less than or equal to, when I do my subtraction, 1875 divide by $1.25. So R has to be less than or equal, when I do my division on my calculator, less than or equal to 15. So he cannot buy more than 15 tickets. That's what that's telling me. All right, number 2. Gary's contract states that he must work more than 20 hours per week. The graph below shows, represents the number of hours he can work in a week, right? So he can't work 20, he has to work more than 20. So that's why there's the open circle and arrows going to the right. Write an algebraic inequality that represents the number of hours H Gary can work in a week. So we've done this, H greater than 20. If Gary is paid $15.50 per hour in addition to a weekly salary of $50, we want to earn more than $400. So my inequality, right, so we have a $15.50 per hour, so times the number of hours H, plus, in addition to, the $50 he gets, and we want to earn more than $400. So there's your inequality. Writing an inequality to represent the situation, we did that. I'm wondering if we have to solve it on the next page. Yep. I'm going to solve it down below just so that I have enough room here. I'm going to just keep going instead of having to transfer it over. Not sure why my board's not working. Okay. So cancel my constant first, minus 50. So 1550H greater than 350, divide by 1550. So 350 divided by 1550. So H has to be greater than 22.58. Now, they want to know, over here, sorry, on the next page, round your answer to the nearest hour. So the nearest hour is going to be, but I can't round up. Well, yes, I can. Sorry. So H has to be greater than 23. So what does this mean? Interpret the solution in the context of the problem. Gary must work more than 23 hours if he wants to earn $400. Okay, number 3, Samuel needs $29 to download some songs and movies on his iPod. His mother agrees to pay him $6 an hour for raking leaves in addition to his $5 weekly allowance. Minimum number of hours if he wants to have enough money to purchase. So he needs $29. So he needs greater than or equal to 29. We have $6 an hour, 6H, plus the $5 allowance that he gets. Subtract 5 from both sides. So 6H greater than or equal to 24, divide by 6. So he has to work at least 4 hours. So Samuel must work at least 4 hours, because we want to make sure that we're answering the question. At most, Kyle can spend $50 on sandwiches and chips for a picnic. So that means, right, he has a total of $50. At most means it has to be less than or equal to that 50. He already bought chips for $6, and we'll buy sandwiches that cost $4.50 each, right? So again, that's where your variable goes, and you can use something else if you don't want to use X. So minus 6, so 450X less than, that's a bad less than sign, sorry, less than or equal to 44, divide by 450. It's going to give me X is less than or equal to 9.778. No, so we're talking about how many sandwiches. So what does that mean? That means that Gary cannot buy more than 9 sandwiches. So we have to actually round down in this case. Gary, oh, not Gary, Kyle. Sorry, wrong person. So Kyle can buy at most 9 sandwiches, because you cannot buy part of a sandwich. Although I guess you can buy part if it's a part of a sub. But anyway, we're going to save 4 and 6. We're going to do those together in class, so don't worry about those. 4 and 6 we're going to do together in class. Other than that, any questions? Bring them to class. Have a good night.